Hey everybody, as we were making dinner tonight, we realized this is the perfect hidden gem recipe to show you. So it is not only absolutely delicious, but it is perfect this time of year. It screams springtime. So this is a lamb pasta with mint pesto, and it has lamb in it, it has asparagus in it, and it has mint in it. It's just perfect for spring. Now, if you are skeptical about lamb, that used to be us. So I want you to hear me out. So when you know different ways to prepare lamb, it can be so much better than you think it is. And so for this recipe, you could absolutely use a different kind of meat. You could use ground turkey or lean ground beef, but we are using ground lamb. And so the very first thing that I did is I made the pesto. And so the pesto calls for fresh parsley and mint. And so about 3 times as much parsley as mint. You just want kind of a half a cup handful of mint. I threw all that in the Mini Ninja along with some garlic cloves and some red pepper flakes and salt and lemon juice, a little bit of olive oil, and buzzed that up and just had to kind of squish down the sides once. But now we have got our pesto ready to roll, and I am here to tell you this. It smells, fabulous. So that is the first thing I want you to do, and then you kind of set that aside. So then the next thing that we did is we got some ground lamb at the farmer's market today. And so what I did is I put that in the skillet with just a tiny bit of olive oil and just brown that just like you would brown ground beef. And then we are going, so it's cooked through now, it's no longer pink. So we're gonna add some cumin and coriander and salt and pepper. And so you're gonna coat all of it with the spices. Then the next thing that I'm gonna add, I'm gonna turn up my heat just a little bit here. But the next thing I did is I chopped a white onion and about half, a little bit more than half of my jar of roasted red peppers. These were actually sliced, so I didn't have to do a lot of chopping. And then I did about half of a jar of artichoke hearts and I chopped those up. And this is just about 1/4 cup of almonds. So those are chopped up. And so this calls for 1 small bunch of asparagus. Now, I got this asparagus at the store. I did have to trim the very end of the stalks off because they're a little tough and woody when you get them from the store. It should show up at the farmer's market soon, and we are anxiously awaiting that. But I wanted to show you this trick. If you do not know this trick, this is going to keep your asparagus fresh and alive so much longer. If you just put it in a jar or a container like this with a little bit of water, this will keep your asparagus fresh and crisp for at least 2 weeks. And I want you to check on it because it will drink this water and you may need to refill the water a little bit after about a week. But that is a game changer when you know how to keep asparagus fresh. So then what we're gonna do is just cut the asparagus into about 2-inch pieces here. Just like that. And so everything is going to go in the skillet now with the lamb. So the onions, the artichoke hearts, the red pepper, the asparagus. And the beautiful part is you are now just going to saute this for just a little bit until everything is just starting to get slightly tender, because with your roasted red peppers already roasted and cooked out of the jar like that, really all you're doing is kind of taking the crispness off the onions and the asparagus. So it's going to cook really, really fast. So while this is just sauteing and simmering and beginning to get tender, I finished up cooking just some whole wheat linguine noodles. It could be spaghetti noodles. It could be whatever kind of noodles you liked. And then I did rinse and drain that. And so one of the things I want you to keep in mind when you do pasta recipes, you'll notice this on Eat Real America, is our pasta recipes always have more vegetables than pasta. So this was only about 6 ounces of pasta. So what we're gonna do is then put the pasta in here. And I know you're thinking this is making a lot, but it is going to taste even better left over than it does right now. So the last thing that's gonna go in here is gonna be the pesto, and that is gonna bring it all home. So we're gonna take our mint pesto And we are going to dump all of it in here. And it looks like spring in a skillet. Okay, so you're gonna and so the heat from everything is just gonna kind of melt that pesto. And while everything is getting all warmed, oh my gosh, it smells amazing. And you could also cook this in a pot if you felt like this was kind of overcrowding your skillet. And so then basically we would just let this come to get nice and heated through. And what we're gonna top this with is we got some pea shoots at the farmer's market. We're gonna put that on top of our pasta dish. And then we have got, Scott threw together a salad tonight with some oranges and some goji berries and microgreens and dates and nuts. That's how we like to roll. This is our favorite salad mix that we got from the farmer's market. And then we've got a little balsamic homemade dressing. And I'm just gonna spoon this up, let you see it. Oh my goodness. I mean, come on. This is gonna be loaded with flavor. And you've got the lamb in there, the asparagus. Oh. And then we're gonna top it with some little pea shoots. You could use microgreens or whatever you like. That looks like springtime in a bowl. And it is so, so crazy good. And like I said, it's even better left over the next day. So you could stretch it out, have it left over for lunch. So I'd love for you to check it out, the lamb pasta with mint pesto, and then tell us what you think.